Okay, we're going to find the distance between these 2 points. And of course, to find the distance, we have to use the distance formula. And let me write it down right here for you guys. So I'll use distance for the distance. And this is equal to, we open a big square root first, right? And for the inside, we will have x2 minus x1 square. And then we add it with, in the second parentheses, we have to have the y2 minus y1. And then we square. Everything right here should be inside of the square root. Okay, so this is the formula. And as you can see, we have these 2 points. Let's do some labeling first. This is the first point. I'm just going to label this as x1, y1, and this is going to be x2, y2. And all I have to do is just to plug in the numbers right here into the formula and then work it out. So let's see. This is going to be, let me open that big square root again. So we will have this parentheses. For the x2, we know it's -5, so we just put down -5. And then we minus x1 is 3. So I will put down 3 right here. And then we have this raised to the second power. And then we add it with, we open another parentheses. y2 is 2. And then we minus y1 is 4. And then we still have this raised to the second power. And by the way, you see, we have the square root and the squares, right? But don't cancel the squares and the squared out. This right here, we have to work this inside out. The order of operation says so, right? So with that being said, to work this out, we are going to look at the first parentheses and then let's see. This is -5 minus 3. So we have -8, right? So let me put that -8 and let me write down the equal sign. This is the result from the inside parentheses, so I will still have this raised to the second power. And then we are going to add it with 2 minus 4. We know that's going to be -2. And once again, this, we still have that parentheses, and then raise that to the second power. And of course, we still have that big square root. We have to work this inside out. Next, we have to work out the exponents, right? So this is going to give us -8 to the second power means -8 times -8. We will have +64. And let me bring down the plus. -2 square, that means -2 times -2. We will have +4. And then don't forget we still have that big square root. And now let me bring this down right here. Inside out. So 64 plus 4 first. We have 68 inside of the radical. And now, depending on the direction, sometimes we can just use the calculator, enter this, and then we get the approximation. But sometimes, if we want to have the exact value, we are going to look at this radical number and break it down. So, to break this down, we have to ask ourselves, what times what will give us 68? And one of the numbers shall be a perfect square. The combination that we are going to use right here is 4 times 17. So let me write this down for you guys. So square root of 68, it's the same as square root of 4 times square root of 17. Inside this 4 times the 17 right here, 4 times 17 give us the 68, and then of course you keep the radicals right here. And we see that the square root of 4 is just a regular number 2, and then the square root of 17, it stays inside of the radical. And now we are done. That's it.